Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumera Kawal. First, the headlines. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and MQM Pakistan have reached an understanding on formation of government at the centre and close cooperation at provincial level in Sindh. A meeting of Joint Action Committee of like-minded opposition parties is being held in Islamabad today to discuss political scenario in the country. Supreme Court has ordered freezing of current prices of medicines for next 2.5 months. In occupied Kashmir, people held massive demonstrations today against Indian attempts to abrogate Article 35A of its constitution that grants special rights to permanent residents of the held territory. In Afghanistan, 25 people were killed in a suicide bomb attack in Gurdez city today. China has expressed a willingness to resolve differences with the United States on an equal footing. And now the news in detail. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and MQM Pakistan have reached an understanding on formation of government at the centre and close cooperation at provincial level in Sindh. Addressing a joint press conference with leaders of MQM Pakistan at Banigala in Islamabad this afternoon, PTI leader Jahangir Khan Tareen said both parties are building on the earlier contacts for formation of government. Jahangir Tareen said the manifesto of PTI gives a deep importance to devolution of power and an effective local government system. He said their party will try to bring police reforms in Sindh in collaboration with MQM like it did in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The PTI leader said people of Karachi have trusted PTI and MQM through their votes. He said unfortunately no serious efforts were made in the past to resolve problems of Karachi. However, he said PTI will take steps to give maximum relief and facilities to urban areas of Karachi by announcing a special package for the city. Moreover, he said a university would also be set up in Hyderabad to enable people of the area to get higher education at their doorstep. Speaking on the occasion, convener MQM Pakistan Khalid Maqbool Siddiqui said, "We have visited Banigala at the invitation of PTI chairman Imran Khan." He said today's meeting is a step forward to extend the journey of democracy. He said devolution of power will bring more power to people. Khalid Maqbool Siddiqui said both MQM and PTI have gained a huge mandate in urban areas of Sindh and they will cooperate with each other. MQM convener said PTI has also assured to extend cooperation on the issues of consensus and delimitation. He said continued operation in Karachi will also be reviewed and taken to its logical conclusion. A meeting of Joint Action Committee of like-minded opposition parties is being held in Islamabad today. It is being attended by PPP leaders Shari Rahman and Qamar Zaman Kaira, PMLN's Mushahid Hussain Sayyid, ANP's Mia Iftikhar Hussain, and Ghulam Ahmad Bilor, and MMA leaders Maulana Ghafoor Haidari and Awais Nurani. Malik Yaqub, Anisa Zeb, Tahir Kheli, Liaquat Baloch, and Senator Mir Kabir are also present. The meeting is discussing the post-election scenario and the future course of action. The meeting appointed Murad Ashraf Janjua as Chief of Protocol. A 3-member bench of Supreme Court headed by Chief Justice Mia Saqib Nisar heard a suo motu case regarding increase in prices of medicines at Supreme Court Lahore Registry today. During the proceedings, the court directed pharmaceutical companies to print the barcode on packets of medicines. The court also freezed the current prices of medicines for next 2.5 months. It also directed for appointment of permanent head of Drug Regulatory Authority of Pakistan and ordered DRAP to resolve the matter regarding prices of medicine in 10 weeks. Caretaker Minister for Education and Professional Training Muhammad Yusuf Sheikh says the caretaker government has made every possible effort to ensure holding of free, fair and transparent elections in the country. Talking to media in Karachi today, he said the caretaker setup has formed well despite having just 6 ministers. Replying to a question, Muhammad Yusuf Sheikh said the new government should take oath within 10 days. Maldives High Commissioner in Islamabad, Ahmad Salim, called on Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa in Rawalpindi today. Matters pertaining to regional security and bilateral interest came under discussion at the meeting. The Maldivian High Commissioner hailed Pakistan's efforts and role for peace and security in the region. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan's ambassador to Belgium, European Union and Luxembourg, Nagmana Alamgir Hashmi, says Pakistan is emerging as a lucrative destination for business. She was addressing the second Pakistan-Belgium Business and Investment Opportunities Conference jointly organized by Rawalpindi Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Brussels Enterprises Commerce and Industry in Brussels. The ambassador said Pakistan is also at the same time emerging socially and politically, and the recently held elections have proved strengthening of democratic values in the country. She said with improvement in law and order situation and the tackling of energy crisis to a greater extent, people of Pakistan have started looking for expanding business ties with the outside world, which is also being reciprocated by the world. In occupied Kashmir, people held massive demonstrations in Srinagar and other major towns today to protest against assault on Article 35A of the Indian Constitution. The article grants special rights and privileges to permanent residents of Jammu and Kashmir and bars non-Kashmiris from permanently settling in the territory. A petition seeking repeal of Article 35A is listed for hearing in Indian Supreme Court on Monday. The repeal of this constitutional provision is aimed at converting Muslim majority of Jammu and Kashmir into minority by paving way for non-Muslim Indian citizens to settle in the territory. Soon after the culmination of Jummah prayers today, people took to the streets in Srinagar, Budgam, Kangan, Gandarbal, Islamabad, Bandipora, Hajin, Kulgam, Kupwara, Sopur, and Baramulla and staged forceful demonstrations against Indian conspiracy. Members of Sikh and Pandit communities also participated in the protests. In Afghanistan, at least 20 people were killed and 40 others injured in a suicide bomb attack near a mosque during Friday prayers in Gardez city of Paktia province today. No group has yet claimed responsibility for the attack. China has expressed a willingness to resolve differences with the United States on an equal footing. This was stated by Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi after meeting U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on the sidelines of the regional summit in Singapore today. Wang Yi said cooperation is the only correct choice for United States and China, and we should, of course, maintain talks at all times. United Nations has urged for a ceasefire in northern Yemen to allow for humanitarian aid after outbreak of new cholera epidemic there. Talking to reporters in Geneva, World Health Organization Emergency Response Chief Peter Salama said Yemen may be on the brink with a heightened death rate due to widespread malnutrition. The WHO chief also called on all parties to conflict to act in accordance with international humanitarian law to allow to vaccinate the civilian population for cholera. Russian ambassador to North Korea Alexander Mestagro has said Moscow had not violated UN sanctions restricting the employment of North Korean laborers. According to Interfax news agency, Russian ambassador said Moscow did not bring in any new workers from the country. Earlier, U.S. newspaper Wall Street Journal reported that Russia is allowing thousands of fresh North Korean laborers into the country and granting New York permits in the potential violation of UN sanctions. In Iraq, 12 Daesh militants have been killed during a hunt-down operation for militants by security forces in Salahuddin province. A provincial security source said the troops attacked Daesh's hideout, killing 4 suicide bombers wearing explosive belts. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and humid weather is expected in most parts of the country. However, rain, thundershower with gusty winds is expected at isolated places in Kashmir and its adjoining hilly areas. To end the news, here are some of the headlines once again. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and MQM Pakistan have reached an understanding on formation of government at the centre and close cooperation at provincial level in Sindh. A meeting of Joint Action Committee of like-minded opposition parties is being held in Islamabad today to discuss political scenario in the country. China has expressed a willingness to resolve differences with the United States on an equal footing. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News Official.